Keep your distance this Friday. Tickets in my bio, kevonstage.com. Various comedians will be there. Okay, start the episode. I never learned.
Oh, they said Chloe says Haley.
Haley?
Okay,
oh, like
Haley.
hey, smoking on hay in the middle of the morning.
Then it's Haley. If a sister say Haley,
That's definitely
then
what
it's
it is.
Well,
Haley.
it's Rihanna, and we be like, hush, Rihanna. And she says, hi, this is Rihanna.
But that might be
name-
Barbados coming through her accent.
Her name is Robin, first of all.
But it's Ree, and then it's Anna.
Wait, her legal's Robin?
Robin Rihanna Fenty. Come on, Josh. Robin Rihanna. And it's Ariana Grande, apparently.
I'm not worried about Ariana.
She was like, hi, it's Ariana Grande.
Like, all right, shush.
I was like, it's what, girl? Hush up and grande.
Hush up and
Black people
Grande.
don't care about your name. It's what we want to call you.
Come on, listen.
Talking about some Rihanna.
Kamala better be glad she the VP because she would be Kamala.
Woo! That was hot.
And only because that's the emphasis that we used to as black people.
Kamala.
Emphasis?
God dang it, I must mess
Yes,
up.
it's the emphasis.
Kamala, the wrestler, spelled it the same way as Kamala.
We don't know the wrestler.
You don't remember the black wrestler?
No.
Kamala? You don't remember him? He
not
had the
doing
white
this.
paint. Did you grow up on wrestling?
I'd say 31.
Like
Or we
a
just
long
use
time
it as
ago.
cold open?
Like a long time ago, but I don't remember him. I'm talking about like Lakeisha.
What about that?
The emphasis. Kamala is what
How else would you pronounce Lakeisha?
I'm saying. That Lakeisha, for her to be Kamala,
Mm-hmm.
it would be Lakeisha. No, the emphasis would
Well,
be different.
if you were
put it nowhere
pronouncing-
else on
I can't.
Lakeisha.
If you were
Yes, you can.
pronouncing
I can.
Lakeisha the way
Lakeisha?
you're
Yes.
pronouncing Haley, then it would be Lakeisha,
That-
Lakeisha.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you put the two side by side,
Haley.
right?
Yeah, you're right.
The way Haley
But that's not
spells
how it's
hers
pronounced.
here.
People always say Haley like Holly Berry, but we don't say Haley Berry.
What
we
if
say
it is
Holly.
Haley Berry?
Huh?
What if it is Haley Berry?
Holly ain't said that. She say Holly Berry.
Holly says Holly.
That's what I'm saying. She don't say Haley. So
Well,
we
listen.
can't say like, you can say it's spelled like Holly Berry, but it ain't pronounced like Holly
No,
Berry.
it's not.
I wanna
But
be
what I'm
canceled.
trying to say is Kamala's emphasis is different than what the way a lot of other black 3-syllable Lakita.
Yeah.
And so-
Lakita.
Yes, that's what I'm
Lakita.
saying. It would be Lakita if I did it like
Got it.
Kamala. And
Got it.
I'd be like,
Oh,
girl.
I thought you were playing a spin on emphasis. That's
No, in fact, that's from a movie. Put the emphasis on the wrong syllable.
okay.
Yeah.
You ain't seen that movie.
You
What movie is
doubled
that?
down on it, so that's why I was just like, wait,
He ain't seen the
that's
movie.
how she's pronounced.
I got the joke.
Emphasis on the wrong.
Oh, you thought
okay.
she was just saying emphasis.
Well, she said it again, so I thought that was it. But I remember the joke that you said emphasis on the wrong syllable before, but I thought
So that's all I'm saying is
By the
that
way, what happened to Mike Myers?
he made his money and he got out of here.
But is it just that?
You talk about Austin Powers, right?
Yeah.
Bro, what? That thing made a killing.
I know he
Mike,
made that
I know
and
how to say
Shrek.
it. I know it's emphasis.
He got in a movie with
That's the whole-
Beyonce. That was it.
Now you're explaining it. Ugh,
I
shoot.
know it's emphasis.
sorry. That's my fault.
Y'all, it's a joke.
Ah!
Now there was one word. It's in my vlog. I'm gonna post it today. There was a thing in Target. It said
Tarjay.
Target. It was this wooden thing. It was cut out letters, and it said I-M-A, and then attached to that G-I-N-E. And I was like, I'm a Jean? I'm a John.
I'm a giant.
I'm a John. I'm a Jean.
Oh,
I'm a Jean. And I was like,
transition into
what? I said, somebody tell me what this say. Soon as I said, I'm sure once I figure it out, I'm going to feel stupid. Never figured it out. Somebody had to tell me in the comments in Discord that it was Imagine. Let's do it.
Imagine me.
I'm a Jean.
All right, what up, y'all? Welcome to Here's the Thing.
wasn't
I'm
ready.
Kev on stage. She's
That chick AJ.
welcome to another podcast
It's extremely
episode.
loud.
Banger,
Smash that
banger,
like button,
banger.
smash that notification. Bang on all 2021.
on all year
You feel me?
2021s.
We thank the Lord of hosts that He is a deliverer. And the Bible says He'll give you the desires of your heart.
Come on, Kev.
Just last week I said I can't wear a snapback. God can't do it. And in the mail, oh yeah,
He said you had an abundance.
He said I'm preparing a place
For you.
and I'm gonna cover you in the blood. Let me turn over. Put me on the single, Josh. Let me show the world what God done delivered me from the hands of the Amalekites.
Amalekite.
You see it? snapped in the back.
It snapped.
It sits down in the front. I'm gonna wear it every day, especially when I need to shave and I don't really feel like it. And I gotta shoot and I don't have time to rush.
Boom.
And now I'm feeling myself. You know what I'm saying? I don't know when I put it on and it fit right. You know what I'm saying? I did this.
It don't look tight. It don't look like a waist trainer for your head. It look real like.
I'm no longer feeling myself.
Oh no, no, but listen, I be wearing hats and be feeling like I have an aneurysm. So I mean, they be ruined. I get nauseous. It be too tight, and that look real.
I didn't know you. Angel told me off camera she got a big head. I never know it.
My head is ginormous.
She said right here, you think it's hair. It's head right back there.
It's head. It's just you just get it's right there. Head. You
As
mean
I'm looking, there's a little meaty in the back.
I got a big head.
Kev's hat's wrapped with God's love.
Hey, that's God that came around and
big
said, "Let me
arms.
snap you where the enemy said you
Even
can't
he
be
was
snapped."
hot.
Yeah.
He said, "Let me come around and hug you."
I mean, and it made it. It made
Hey,
it.
we made it. We survived. The funniest lyric I have ever heard in a gospel song. Actually, the two top funniest come from Hezekiah Walker.
What
The
is it?
top best lyric in gospel music is "Put it down, crackhead. Put it down, crackhead. Put it down, crackhead."
About the crack pipe.
Yes. There was a time in gospel music
There could have been other
and
things.
church. It was all about crack.
Yes.
It was all about crack. And Monique Walker, whom I love, Hezekiah was letting her lead all these songs. And she was ad-libbing. She said, "Put it down, crackhead. Put it down, crackhead."
She did a run on it?
Put it down, crackhead. Put it. They started shouting. I was like, wow. As a kid, I was like, this is great.
You're like, put it down, crackhead.
It's just like so funny to me. And the second
Please.
is when Hezekiah Walker said, "Tell Bin Laden
Yes,
that
he
we
did.
made it. Tell Afghanistan." September 11th happened. They said on the media it was Bin Laden in Afghanistan. They was like, we
Put
made
that
it.
in.
Tell Afghanistan the country was just tell Afghanistan.
Right. He probably thought that was a person.
Somebody in Afghanistan was like, what? Y'all made it where?
Why?
What?
Y'all here? Do we need to pick you up from the airport?
Bin Laden. That's kind of
They're scrambling and they're here.
I know.
I just love. He is my fave. Him, John P. Fred, Kirk.
It sounds like all of them. You
I
just
love
named
them all.
off
But
a lot.
Hezzy, I love him the most. In I love them all in different ways.
When did y'all get on a nickname basis?
Me and Hezzy?
Yeah.
Oh, from the beginning.
Oh, okay. Go
Me
please
and
continue.
Hez? Big Hez. Bishop Hez.
Oh, okay.
When we were a kid, junior choir, Hezekiah Walker makes the best songs for children to learn. Because he ain't gonna do a whole bunch.
No.
The joke I've done on video, I might do it on stage one day, but probably not I'm saying here. He made the only that I know of choir song that's totally 7 syllables. Won't he make you clean inside? That's it.
That's the whole song?
You clean
Josh.
down inside.
The whole thing. And we gonna modulate 7 times, and then we gonna call it a day. And we gonna go ham. 1, 2, put me in A flat. Won't he make you clean? Ba-da-da-da-da, inside. You got 4 more minutes of that.
Clean. Yep. Down inside.
How many of you clean? Wave your hands and we like, yeah. Won't he make you clean? Did they break the music? Inside, no music. Say the same thing.
Yeah. But it gets the feeling good though.
Oh, we don't care.
No.
That black people song, we don't need no whole bunch.
No.
Power, Lord.
Power.
Power, Lord.
Power.
Power, Lord.
We need.
Power, Lord.
We need.
Power, Lord.
Power.
Power, Lord.
That ADWP.
Power, Lord. We gonna do that for 2 hours.
Oh, absolutely.
We gonna get big musty off of Power, Lord.
Yes.
So when Hezzy was like, I'm gonna extend that to 7, they said, hold on.
We said, wait a
You
minute.
doing all that there? All that there? We just come from Power, Lord.
Yeah.
And when they hit no music,
Oh, no music is when the spirit has descended
no
upon us.
music. Then we switch to clap, no music. Hey! That's the church club.
Absolutely.
While we're on the church, let me just say this. My
Please.
mom, I love her.
Yes.
She used to embarrass TF out of me. Church get to going good. Somehow my mom always make her way to the mic. Always.
Oh, no.
From elementary, middle to high. Ain't no party like a Holy Ghost party because a Holy Ghost party don't Stop. Ain't no party like a whole. Okay, when I was 8, I was like, oh, this is cool. When I was 18, I was like, can you please stop doing that? We don't do that.
Listen, I will one up you. Okay? My mother, Evangelist Dorothy. She was the Sunday school teacher for the teens. And she was like, we're going to rap.
Oh. This is where you got your freestyling.
Hey. So we all just have to say, no doubt about it. That's all we had to say, right? Da, da, da. No doubt about it. Here's my mom. Peter walked on water one day.
No doubt about it.
And go. Oh, no, so I'm going to do it again. Sorry.
Here we go. I got no doubt about it.
Okay.
5, 6, 7, 8. No doubt about it.
Jesus walked on water one day.
No doubt about it.
And he told Peter to come.
No doubt about it.
Peter came.
No doubt about it.
That was
she
it.
left all that air in there.
Peter came. I was like,
Drop the mic.
drop the mic. Drop the mic. Drop the mic.
She
I was
wrote
like,
that like she in the studio like, hold up. Peter came.
Peter came. Hit it hard too. We were like, oh, no.
Oh,
No.
man.
Yeah. Teenager. My mother. Come on. Y'all got it.
There's nothing funnier than old black people trying to make church seem cool. Y'all don't need the club. Come on, y'all. Hey. Who loves Jesus? Jesus the Christ. I love him once and I love him twice. He died on the cross for my sins. He did it once and he'll do it again. I want to go to the club.
Yeah.
I would rather.
For this reason specifically, I need a drink. My night away.
Exactly.
You guys are making the club seem so excited.
Right. It's like, have you been to the club? Because if you think this is what they're doing, you're confused.
That's all they used to say. Y'all could have been in the club. Honestly, I'm just tired.
I just want to listen to loud music.
Let me tell you what. When you grow up in church your whole life, and I'm talking about your whole life. When I was in college, like, when y'all was out in the world, you was out till 2 a.m. in the club. No, I've never had a chance to be out in the world. All my 2 a.m.s are revival. I would, now it's late. It's always late. 2 a.m. is late. We should not be here.
Right.
I don't like that.
Yeah, I'm like, I will be here till 2 a.m. if y'all let me twerk up in here, then yes.
Okay.
Give me something, but I gotta sit here and just listen to you talk. Come on, let's all sweat. Then I can be here. But I did enough lock-ins that yes, I have been up. And then 2 hours in the lock-in, we just speaking in tongues and walking around. You like...
Y'all said we was gonna be watching Goofy movies.
Right. Why are we still praying?
Them lock-ins were hell.
Oh my gosh.
2 a.m.
Yeah.
He got it. Y'all said it was gonna be fun.
You want to be like, she's still gonna be sucking on things after this. It don't matter how much.
Listen, that's versatility. I got speaking tongues at 12, and then I'm using them a different way at 2.
Hilarious.
That was in them lock-ins hunching. I remember I came out with Brenda lock-in. I said, hey, smell like sex in here. Y'all better close it soft.
Close it soft.
Coming to church, man, that was our girlfriends and stuff.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Oh, my God. Yeah, it laid all across shit. I remember I got in a car accident after a lock-in.
You got what?
Into a car accident after a lock-in.
What?
Because I had been awake the entire time, praying and tarrying in the spirit. And once the spirit lifted up off of me, I went to sleep. I surely did. I ran off of the road into a ditch.
Did you really?
Yes.
And you were okay?
Yeah, I was okay. Totaled the car. And that was the last lock-in my church had.
Then you come back next Sunday like, the devil tried to take Angel up out of here.
They said, okay, so that isn't safe. To keep you all up for over 24 hours and then to release you into the wild.
At 7 a.m.
Yeah, and it was early. And it didn't matter. I tried to turn on, see, that's what it was. I tried to turn on the radio to listen to some R&B to wake me up. And before I can even get my hand to the dial, gone.
You fell asleep mid-move?
Yes, I fell asleep mid-move. Almost just took my whole self out. Was about to be dead. I'm telling you that.
I fell asleep driving and crashed like 7 times. Literally
7 times?
7 car accidents. The amount of times I've fallen asleep driving, no lie, probably 100.
Kev, that is terrifying.
How are you able to
always fallen asleep at a red light?
How are you still driving?
I was going to say, how are you covered by an insurance company?
Because literally all them 7 times, it was little taps.
Oh.
And people checked and be like, oh man, it ain't
it's
worth
not
it.
bad crashes.
It was always little taps.
Bro,
never like head-on collision, nothing
You
like
made
that.
it seem like I drove off the road and totaled my car
I didn't-
7
like
times.
that. I just said I fell asleep 7 times and crashed.
Listen, boy.
Right? You put the excitement on.
Well,
it.
yeah, because when you hear I crashed my car, I'm thinking total. You're upside down, still asleep. Like,
Right.
No. It was just a little tap.
were you scared every time you tapped the car? Like, ah.
You know what's crazy about it? Yes, I was scared. Never at night.
Always
All of them
during the day.
were like 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
they
Yesterday I
sneak
had
up
a
on you.
meeting and I was like, I'm gonna fall asleep if I drive.
Oh, so
So I
you.
Ubered.
At least
Oh,
you know
okay.
now.
Yeah, now I know. Like, and it would be dumb to fall asleep now and then,
Yeah.
I got too much stuff to do to die.
To die.
Melissa was like, what is wrong with you? I'm like, girl, I'm tired.
With all of that, you better have Policy Genius. With Policy Genius,
Did you set
let
that
me
story just
tell
to get
you.
to this?
No. It
you
just
fed
worked
that
perfectly.
story.
Okay,
you,
go.
you're the one who fed the story,
But
sir.
you talk about the car accident?
Yeah, but I didn't. I was just like, oh, you know what? An
Because
ad
I
is
got
about
to learn to
come.
trust you. We're going to keep making this show, and I don't trust
This
you.
was great
You
timing
should
too. This just worked
Trust
out.
that I'm gonna do my job. That's what you should
trust
trust. Policy
Get a
Genius.
policy for that.
Okay, it's the shortest month of the year, meaning you got slightly less time to check off your February to-dos. Luckily, Policy Genius can help you check off 2 big things with ease. Compare life insurance rates and save 50% or more in the process. That means more cash to put towards the things you care about, whatever that may be. Plus, there's absolutely no hassle. Their licensed experts work for you, not the insurance companies, so they can offer unbiased advice when you need it. Here's how it works.
How's it work, Angel? Tell me how
us,
it works so I
please.
can
I
get
would
my
like
life
to know.
insurance together.
This is what you
I
got
need
to
it.
do, okay? What you got to do is go to policygenius.com.
.com.
Okay, and it only gonna take you a couple of minutes, right? And you can work out how much coverage you need, how much you want, and then you can compare the quotes from all the top insurers to find your best price. Okay, now what happens is Policy Genius, they'll compare the policy starting at as little $1 a day.
Really?
Yes, and not only that, you might even be eligible to skip that whole in-person medical exam. All right.
Really?
So listen, and you ain't gonna know until you do it. You got to find out, and then you might be able to skip it, and you'll be like, "What you talking?" Once you apply, the Policy Genius team will handle all the paperwork and the red tape. If you hit any speed bumps in the process, guess what? Policy Genius is gonna handle it.
They got your back?
Boy, yeah.
Policy Genius?
Policy Genius, and they have 5-star ratings with over 1,600 reviews on Trustpilot and Google. So this is what we need you to do. If you're worried that March is just around the corner and you've barely gotten anything done, take a deep breath. Policy Genius will help you make the most of this short month in minutes. You can save 50% or more by comparing quotes and feel good knowing that your loved ones would be taken care of if anything happens to you. For instance, you
Fall
fallen
asleep
asleep.
driving and kill my own self?
Yeah.
And then my kids are like,
Seven
rich.
Yes, right? Go to policygenius.com to get started. Policy Genius. When it comes to insurance, it's nice to get it right.
Angel, you're the best.
Thank you. I had a whole nother segue, and then I was like, no, this will work. This works better.
Well, we wasted 15 minutes, but it didn't feel like a waste to me. I had a great time. Our first totally random piece of news today. Rapper Silento of Watch Me Whip, Watch Me Nay Nay,
Yes.
Watch Me Do It, was charged with murder yesterday of his cousin. And my first thought, in the words of Cat Williams, murdered who? Why is Silento out here murdering?
First of all, I used to think his name was Silent Talk because I thought that's what he was saying. Silent Talk. Silent Talk.
Can't help but be a black mom.
Okay.
It's so strong in you. It is so weird to watch you turn into someone's mother.
It's here.
Why would he be saying silent talk?
I doubt that. These babies have the weird talking, rapping names.
That's a good point.
Okay, Jesus told Peter to come, and Peter came. So he is being charged for murder because, according to the report, he shot his cousin multiple times. Like what gets you to that point to unload the clip on somebody?
Yeah, I'm. First of all, This is not funny, but I laughed, and I'm sorry. It's not funny this cousin died. Someone on Twitter said, Silento, more like violent toe.
That's beautiful.
Y'all not going to care about nothing?
No. No.
Not going to care about nothing?
We're in a pandemic.
We're in a whole...
That is funny.
I'm going to tell you what, like, why it struck me so weird.
Uh-huh.
Watch Me Whip is such a fun song. I only associate it with my nieces and nephews and my kids dancing and playing and getting musty.
Didn't he come to the office?
Yeah, he did. He did come to the All Deaf
Y'all
office.
have all the worst people come to the All Deaf office.
We're not doing this.
Wow. Just the worst spirits. Praise God, I was only there a couple of times.
You got. He didn't prepare that place for you.
No.
It was just a couple of encounters. This is the place he prepared for you.
Hey.
Oh, yeah!
Hey, man.
Me and Angel was growing up the same way on different sides of America.
Yes.
In the same black church. Like, why is my mom up there?
Wow. I'm sorry. We're going to talk about
okay.
Silento. Did people ever question your desire to be an actor or be famous in what that meant to be in Hollywood, of like the demons in Hollywood?
My last week of church before I moved here, a deacon pulled me aside. He said, I see you moving over to that land of sinking sand. You want to go over there and work in the world. And I know if God's not there, he's not planning that for your life. But bless you on your path to the land of sea. He never never said Los Angeles, never LA. You moving to the land of sinking sand. And I randomly think about that.
You're like, feels pretty steady
Everybody, you know that ain't your calling. Oh, what God told you? It's here.
Oh.
You're supposed to be youth pastor forever. You stay in this room. These kids is old now.
No, we need you to rap to them because they're going to be in the club.
It's to the next group. You can't be serving God in the land of sinking sand. It's the land of sinking sand.
Yes. My elders.
I'm sure it happened to you.
Oh, the elders, our female elders. You know, they got all them spirits out there.
Wow.
You got to play all them characters. You going to play that? You going to be cussing? Huh?
Little did they know it.
That
cousin has actually, that's me.
That's me. I don't need lines for that. Those lines are in my head, ready to come out right now. You going to play, what if they going to have you play a lesbian? That's how that lesbian spirit will jump on you. Because they're going to have you.
Always the spirit going to jump on you.
Yeah, it's going to jump on you because that's what the spirits do. They be jumping. They be hopscotching. They be double dutching. And they going to jump into your soul. They're going to have you play a lesbian. That's spirit. You know, Denzel, he saved.
Oh, they always think
Denzel saved?
Oh, Denzel can do no wrong. He can cuss. He can kill.
Oh, yeah.
But Denzel loves the Lord. He's just acting.
Yeah, he's acting. But them spirits gonna jump on you.
You ain't as strong as Denzel.
Oh, absolutely
Why
not.
did Denzel get a pass from all church people?
Because all the church people want to sleep with Denzel. Let's just be honest.
Lord Jesus.
Or the preacher's wife.
Yeah.
Where we were rooting for him to have sex with a human woman and have a human woman cheat on her husband with a being. And no one questioned that during the preacher's wife. And I want answers. Because I was rewatching it and I was like, wait.
Come on, wait a second.
Why am I rooting for her to cheat on her husband with an angel? And I've low-key like, move, Courtney B. Vance. I want some angel sex.
Angel sex. That's what we're here for.
Dudley want to get in them draws. Denzel got a pass in your life too.
Oh, absolutely. Denzel literally could have played Lucifer. You see.
He was in a movie called Devil in a Blue Dress.
Yes. They were like, but see, he is showing you how you have to overcome the devil and his spirits that are going to jump on you when you get to Hollywood. There was so much like, oh my God. And then there was always, and then the people who supported me. Now, don't you forget about us. Don't you forget about us. When you get out there and you get big and famous, okay? Don't you forget.
Listen, land of sinking sand, Deacon. He changes too. When things start working out, you know, hey, listen. You're still in that land of sinking sand, but you're letting God lead you now. When I didn't let him.
Why do you think
I hadn't even moved yet. I've been to LA a total of 7 days in my entire life. As soon as you land in LAX, you've been having marital SEX.
What? Is that how it works?
What are you talking about? Remember this church mother used to hug. She had a little musty every time. and she held long, and she tucked you in here, between the mother meat and arm, and that no lie, no exaggeration. I hadn't thought about it until Angel brought me up. That last hug, she said, "Don't let it happen to you. Don't let it happen to you." Now she about 3 on though.
Don't let it happen to you.
Don't let it happen to you.
What's it?
I was like, please, I'm claustrophobic.
Don't let what happen to you.
Whatever was going to happen in the land of Seek and Sand.
Don't let it.
And he really was like,
oh, I hate the quiver breathing.
The little quiver. Even Kev just peeking over just out the flat.
I hate the quiver breathing. When people feel a spirit that you don't feel, and they hug you. Oh! Oh! And you just thinking, I'm so hungry. Like, oh, Jesus. Oh. And you look like, I'm not where you at. I am not where you are. I am not where you are. I feel so sometimes you just got to give into it to get out of it.
Oh, listen, there's sometimes, no lie, I thought God was going to strike me down. We was in revival, and I was like, this service will never end. So it was like, we're going to praise your way through. And if you don't dance through your situation, you're not going to make it through your situation. So on the count of 3, I want everybody to dance. I said, I'm going to shout out of the church. I need a break. Angel, in my mind, I just straight through the middle lane, open my eyes. I was in the middle of the church still. I said, did God turn me on? And I missed my chance. Wasn't no more shout breakthrough.
No more.
I was literally, I know I ran. I said, all the way. I opened my eyes. I was in the middle of the sanctuary.
You got to keep your eyes open. That's what our female pastors used to say. Open your eyes. So people wouldn't run into each other. Open your eyes.
While people are shouting?
Because people run. There'd be bulldozers. The ones that just... and they be running over the kids. It's massacre. It's a whole bunch of stuff happening.
Pandemonium. No lie. Totally funny story. We was doing comedy way back when we were starting, right? We was doing, me, Jay, and Ant was doing a show in Yakima, Washington. Mm-hmm. Black people, we say shout. Mm-hmm. It's a bit used to do. We bring an audience member up and say, on the count of 3, you're going to shout. And people would shout, kind of like Shout Olympics. Bring this white dude up. Okay, we've been doing these type of things the whole time. Mm-hmm. We go, on the count of 3, we want you to shout. He's like, okay, 1, 2, 3. He go, ah! Angel, we fell out. It scared the crap out of us. We died laughing. We're like, why are you screaming? Y'all said shout. We were like, oh, you ain't never heard. He was like, ah!
He's like, I went doo-doo.
I went doo-doo. Oh, bless him. Oh, he really was like, yeah, I got it. I'm going to be the loudest shouter you got in here.
Man, I've been hit by some church people shouting, mothers, people losing. I've been elbowed. Mm-hmm. I've been in the pew, somebody hucking and bucking and you shaking the whole thing, shaking the foundation. That's why I believe church kids sleep the hardest.
Oh, yeah.
Because after a certain amount of time, you can sleep through crying, screaming, weeping, gnashing of teeth.
The whole thing, church is, when it's on a high, it's like the apocalypse is happening with the pandemonium. And church kids be like, so literally the earth could be on fire. And they just nestle up and go to sleep because it does not matter. I don't know of any concert I've ever been in that gets louder than black people who have been through it at church feeling like their breakthrough is on the other end of them screaming and crying. It does not get any louder. It does not. I don't care. As much as I love Beyonce, she will never make people yell as loud as someone who don't know how they're about to pay their rent and their son is strung out on crack. Man. And the prophet is saying, I'm going to tell you right now, if you give God all you got in this moment, your baby's coming off crack. The money is showing up, losing their ever-loving mind.
Oh, man. I've been used to shout for that. I wasn't even going through nothing. I wanted to be broke through. Because it used to be looking like Land of Milk and Honey. If you could just shout hard enough
right,
or scream or fall out, when you woke up, you could be like, oh, it's majestic now.
It's so nice. I used to hate shouting right after I done got my hair done. Because your hair is about to look like somebody stomped you in the ground. Whatever finger waves you had are now coming up off your head. Your French roll ain't got no... You looking for bobby pins all over the church floor. My sister, I would be like... She'd be like, I'm going to meet y'all after church. I was like, no, we ain't going to see you. Because you gonna have makeup. You're going to look like a raccoon. Because your makeup's all the way down here. You're going to be ashy somehow. Because you done brushed up against... And then like for real, it's amazing. Like black folk, a lot of church black folk don't like to go to the gym, but then they can they can shout for like an hour and a half and be fine.
If we didn't have all that soul food after the caloric deficit after church, you'd be negative 500.
Yes.
And then you just go right out there to this fellowship hall and greens and you know the green beans and corn is church mix.
Right.
That top right corner, green beans and corn. You gotta mix that church mix right there. Fried chicken, like we go right. If we didn't eat that, you'd be like, church Zumba?
You should be thin. You should be. And now I have gone a little too crazy and like the next day felt like I've been hit by a Mack truck. Like when like a prophet is coming and they be like really all up in your business. Yeah. And they were like, and then when you took that test and you like, wait a minute, you knew I took that test?
They came from out of town.
Oh my God. No, they always from out of town.
The prophet from out of town, they came in like LeBron and God gave them extra stuff. Like,
he walked up to the altar, he go,
yes. Throwing it up.
You go from out of town for you got a 3-game road trip.
Yes.
They're coming in going triple doubles every night.
And you done lost it. There's been those nights and I wake up the next day and I'm like, somebody hit me with a bus. And that is why you could go to places like cryotherapy to be able to get that soreness up out of your body. And that's why we're thankful for Omax Cryo Freeze. All right. Living with chronic pain is the worst. It's more than feeling discomfort. It can affect your whole life.
Sure can, Angel.
Many of our listeners probably have some type of pain that has prevented them from relaxing, sleeping, or stopped them from exercising. Perhaps it's been ongoing for a few weeks now, and it hasn't improved with any treatments they've tried. Like I said, the way we be stomping and shouting and huckabashucking, I know a lot of us have just tore our bodies up, giving the Lord the praise. All right. And we live with this chronic pain.
Listen, this what's it called?
Cryotherapy?
Omax Cryo Freeze.
This Omax Cryo.
Omax Cryo Freeze.
This Omax Cryo Freeze, no lie. I was hiking a lot, and my joints and my thigh right here, you know what I'm saying? Because you're going up the hill, up the mountain. I put that Omax Cryo Freeze on there and just relax for a little bit, play my FIFA, you know what I'm saying, play my game, let it settle. Yeah. That next day I woke up, I'm like, hey, I believe I can carry on.
Listen. What Kevin's talking about is their sport roll-on, okay? So if you are looking to get rid of nagging muscle, joint pain, cramping, backaches immediately while providing long-last recovery, then you need to try it. It's an all-natural breakthrough pain solution. Omax new sports formulation includes a deeply penetrating and potent punch of 8.5% of
deeply
FDA.
Penetrating.
Come on,
you get right up in there and be like, "Ooh, you deep in there,
deep up in there.
You through the muscle." Mm-hmm. You go through the skin, you through the muscle. I said, you deeply penetrating.
You deeply penetrating. That's what every man wants to hear. That is deeply penetrating. And that is what Cryo Freeze Sports Roll-On is, with its 88.5% FDA approved menthol levels to instantly ice out and block pain receptors, reduce inflammation, and improve muscle and joint flexibility. The best part is that it's 100% natural remedy. Works. It's magic within 5 minutes of application. Relief lasts up to 8 hours and much longer over-the-counter products. You will immediately feel less stiffness and more mobility. I'm telling y'all should get this for y'all churches. When the churches open back up, have
everybody
this sitting
just come around before you get your dinner. Just 5 minutes. Your plate ain't even gonna be ready. That fish to you. They just drop.
Exactly.
Fish just drop. Just go and put this cryo freeze on.
Just anoint with the cryo freeze.
There you go. Boom. Look, Josh got all the ideas. Omax Health is offering our listeners 20% off a full bottle of cryo-free sport pain relief roll-on. This discount also applies towards any product site-wide. Just go to omaxhealth.com today and enter the code SK. That is OMAXhealth.com and enter the code SK to get 20% off cryo-free sport site-wide.
Get them knees in order.
All right.
All right. Well, in other news, we bless God. We thank him for his everlasting presence.
Amen, amen, amen.
Sweet
amen.
communion of the Holy Spirit, both now and forever. May the Lord watch between me and thee while we're absent.
Hey, one from another.
I've heard that wasn't, that was actually something bad. Not bad, but what people meant wasn't good. It was like, all right, now may the Lord watch.
No.
And we was like, may the Lord watch.
Yes, we be just saying stuff that sound poetic.
Oh, my. Because when you hit that between me and thee.
Yeah.
Between me and thee.
Yes.
While we're absent.
While we are absent.
I think about this a lot. Even if my kids, the church over here, you can't even go
Right.
For a year. And me and Melissa were talking about this. By the time we turn 30 years old, and this is no cap, as the kids say, my entire life, 52 Sundays a year times 30.
It's like 159.
What's 52 times
56?
30?
156?
1,560 Sundays.
Oh, I needed the O, the other zero. Well,
It's one.
I probably missed Sunday service maybe 3 times.
oh, wow.
Why did you miss 3,
30.
Kevin?
Once, I can give it to you in one watch night. We missed watch night 99 because we had just moved to Washington. People thought it was Y2K. We hadn't been there more than 3 months. And watch night was in Seattle. And we lived in Fort Lewis, which is about an hour and 20 minutes south of Seattle. My dad was like, I don't know. It's a new city. I'm just not sure. And I was like, oh, my God. I'm going to see what it's like.
Oh, wow.
And all we did was watch her something about Mary twice and go to sleep. And I was like, we should have been
Sunday
in
be
church.
boring.
Yep. Another time we had went to New Orleans and Christmas was on a Sunday. And my grandma was just like, and the other 2 times we were traveling, usually going to or from a
That's 4.
church thing. No, watch night wasn't Sunday.
Oh, okay.
Then I went on tour and I missed 8
All
months.
of the services.
I had shows. I missed 8 months.
That wasn't, that's when you started business services, when you went on tour? It wasn't before then?
No.
Oh, wow.
I only missed church if I had a show. And I was usually flying back on Sunday and got home at 12 or 1 o'clock. And then we went on tour and then the pandemic. But even I was telling Melissa, she's like, I feel so bad because our kids don't go to church as much. And I was like, church ain't church as much.
No.
Like our church that we go to here, there's no Bible study.
No.
There's no night service. It's
No
only
midweeks.
No midweek.
There's
It's just
no
on
children's
Sunday.
Sunday school for most of
Sunday
these.
school's gone.
That hurts my heart.
3:30 service gone.
Praise God.
3:30 is just
That's the rest of the day.
God, I mean, bro.
You eat dinner way too late after that.
And most of the time we did 3:30, we still had to go to night service. 3:30, somebody else. Like we finna fit one in between 1 and 7:30. Like we never missed night service. Never. Like when I grew up, people think I'm joking. I only didn't go to church usually on Mondays. Tuesday we had evangelistic service. Thursday was Bible study, or sometimes Wednesdays. Friday was choir rehearsal, which was the latest night of our week. It was great.
Yeah, because you got people your age and y'all just
Yes,
playing music.
we was in the back playing basketball with a wire hanger fashioned into a hoop with the foil ball.
Fashioned into
a hoop and a basketball made of foil, getting big musty, running around the church. Saturday was children's choir rehearsal, children's church rehearsal, junior rehearsal, usher, all that stuff. And Sunday, that's a 12-hour shift. And Monday and Wednesday.
And I feel like my mother just loved it. She loved all of the hours of service, all of it. And then she was the singles pastor. So on Fridays, because to keep the singles from out here being in the streets getting booty, they had to have gatherings. So if by chance the gathering wasn't at church, the gathering was at my house.
Really?
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Wow.
So much church. That's why I got really active in school, because that was the thing that caught me out of some things. I was like, man, I'm like, I'm high up on this thing. I'm the Harambe vice president of the gospel choir.
Stupid.
I gotta go. Oh, I'm in the band. I can't. We have practice. I have to go.
Yeah.
But even still, they'd be like, "Oh, practice gets out at 6. Bible study don't start until 7."
Man, I remember when I thought Melissa was not saved because I grew up. You could not wear pants. Women, period.
Yeah. My church was like that for a little bit.
And I went to her church for Bible study, which was that's church kid date. Come to my church for Bible study. And she went from track practice to Bible study, and she did not change it to a skirt. And I was like, Koji people aren't saved. My grandma had been trying to tell me for a long time.
She's not saved.
We literally were like, it's so ridiculous in hindsight. We used to be in the
You got lint
Left
on this side.
The Velcro.
we used to be at the church the church picnic, and these girls was playing volleyball in jean skirts. It's just utterly ridiculous. I'm talking about floor length jean skirts, playing volleyball in El Paso, Texas, where it's 105 degrees. What is the meaning of this? What was the reason?
That was House of God girls. They should have bought stock in denim. That's how much denim they had. I was like, how many denim skirts have been made this season that you have that many denim skirts?
With so you know when the skirt breaks at the bottom?
Yeah.
No opening.
No.
There's another piece of denim.
There's a whole nother triangle of denim so that you can't see nothing up in there.
What's the point of the break?
In real skirts, it would be so your legs could go through.
Well, yeah, I understand that. I'm talking about in that case, what's the point of having the break if you have a second leg?
Because you can't walk.
I think the people who made clothes for church people was like, what if y'all just cut a little triangle, cover that up with more
Put that
denim?
in there. So put that so that
What if you just cut it and cover that piece, because them ankles, you see women's ankles.
Listen.
It's going to cause the men to stray. And it's never on the men to not stray.
Oh, right.
It's, she was over there showing her ankles.
Showing all them ankle meats.
I mean, listen, you think about like the silhouette challenge. We'll talk about Chloe Bailey in a second.
Yes.
The church version of the silhouette challenge is she ain't got no stockings on. Oh, she don't wear stockings.
She don't.
I heard she might as well be giving it up in the back row. If you ain't gonna wear white stocking, because lest we sin,
right,
cause our brother to stumble, he done seen your naked leg. And I'm talking about the amount of leg available is low calf to ankle bone.
Yeah.
You listen.
You see, out here, the Bathsheba, Delilah.
Oh, that's all over that Delilah laying at the lap. Got her ankles out all moisturized. I know you gonna cause that brother to fall. Why would you want your brother to fall? And he's like, I'll fall. I don't
I fall. I was already here, actually. I was already on the ground. She didn't make me fall. I was waiting for her to fall on top of me. I remember I got over, by the time I got to high school, I figured it out. So my girlfriend, who wasn't in like...
See, go that lesbian.
Let's jump on you. My girlfriend, who was not in a like Pentecostal church, she had this really dope outfit. It was a skirt and a top matching, but it was made out of the stretchiest, clingiest material. And then it looked like a galaxy. It had like white dots on it, so it looked like the stars. I wore that thing. That thing was so tight on my body. That thing went all the way to the floor. You couldn't see no ankle.
No,
you couldn't see it was even had like a little mock turtleneck. You couldn't even see
turtle?
You couldn't even see my neck. But could you see that thing jiggling all across the place? Absolutely. I felt so cute.
And I was Erica Campbell on?
Yes, it's very Erica Campbell. That's exactly what it was. It was tight, and it was like it was tight, but it allowed your body to do whatever it was gonna do. And I was like, you see how this don't make no sense? Y'all tell me.
I'm gonna shout hard.
Right. I'll bring my offering up. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna walk slow. I'm gonna wait. Be the last one. I'm like, see, but if you were to let me wear jeans,
regular jeans.
Just regular jeans, my booty wouldn't be over here just smacking people upside the face, all up and down the aisle. Don't make no sense. I think that's when they changed the rule. It was like, y'all can wear pants because Angel out here. Angel out here just not doing right. Wearing these lycra dresses. Listen, you gonna let me be out here.
Lycra? That's the not polyester,
like spandex.
Mm-hmm. No, that lycra. That's the Greek for Lucifer.
Oh, there's a Greek for lust.
Yeah, that lycra. Oh yeah, that's Lucifer. That's that lust spirit.
Oh yeah.
We bind the name of lycra in the hole in this house. We serve a denim God. So anyway, Chloe Bailey.
Bless her, Lord.
Chloe and Haley. They had that album called Ungodly Hour. And then they did Ungodly Things. So Josh told me about a busted challenge that Chloe did. You know? I don't know what that busted is. You know, because y'all gonna bust hell wide up. I never seen a busted. Never seen a busted.
Never seen it.
So the busted challenge was like 3 seconds before the silhouette
challenge.
You know, so it's all women been showing their body. So on Twitter, it was all love for Chloe Bailey. Oh, girl! Yeah! They separate their Instagrams. They were growing up.
Watch out, world, we're grown now. Go ahead.
Women have an agency over her own body, right? It was all good. Then, yesterday or 2 days ago?
Like 2 days ago, you talking about when she was...
When it turned for Chloe
Bailey. I think
Bailey.
2 days ago it turned, everybody was like, protect her at all costs yesterday.
Protect her at all costs came from this one tweet. One tweet. This person said, Chloe Bailey is a cornball. The whole Good Girl Gone Bad remodel that Janet Jackson started is tired. There is nothing wrong with being a modest woman. If you can't garner attention without being a slut, then you serve no real purpose in the world.
No real purpose. God dang.
Now, usually it's men, black men, that come and ruin the fun. This time it was women.
Oh, yeah. We know how to ruin fun, too. What you talking about?
And Chloe, bless her heart, and I felt so bad for her. She was on Instagram crying.
Her little face off.
And she was saying, basically, I'm paraphrasing, she was saying, I didn't even see myself as a sexual being, ever. So part of my, doing this is to like kind of, break myself out of that. And I got so much support, and then I get attacked, which is the nature of our internet, Al Gore's internet. I get attacked, and I'm like, bro, I don't even see myself that way. I'm trying to work on myself in the public light, and then I get this, and it was literally protect Chloe at all costs and all that stuff. Somebody said, there's a couple funny tweets about this. If Jean Skirt Twitter don't hush,
hilarious.
So go ahead. I'm sorry.
Listen, I think it's okay if a woman wants to be modest. I know Melissa, she prefers to be a little more modest in how she dresses. And I think it's okay for every woman to have the style that she wants to dress. But we are talking about a young girl who is an R&B and pop singer.
Yeah.
Like, she's not out here trying to be nobody's teacher. She's not out here trying to do something that might require you to be a little more modest in how you behave or dress. And to grow up in the spotlight like these,
literally since they were children.
It's hard to transition into a grown woman.
Every time.
It doesn't matter.
Janet Jackson, Hannah Montana, Zendaya,
all of
Ariana
them.
Grande.
It's at some point in time we have to let these people decide that they are grown. And I even remember growing up in the church we grew up in, there was a certain point in time where I was no longer allowed to wear shorts, where I had to transition over to the shortest I could wear were capris. And everything I had to wear had to be kind of on the looser side. So as soon as I got some say over what I wore, like when I got to college, everything got super tight and super short. And it wasn't because I wanted any extra attention. It was I wanted the freedom to just be however. My behavior didn't change. I wasn't out here doing extra stuff. It was just like, I want to be something else for the moment. I don't want to be the chick that's always in Huckleberry Finn, long, cut off, what do you call them? Overalls, because I got to cover every single piece of me. My stuff was so tight by the time I got to college. I'm surprised I didn't have a yeast infection on site because I was just can it get tighter? Can we just strap it up tighter? Get it in. So I understand.
Imagine an angel with them tight clothes and them blue contacts.
Listen, over here looking like a wildcat, honey. I was over
White
there.
diamonds?
With white diamonds.
Listen. But so I understand the desire to when you're finally coming into, and she's more grown than I was. I was only 18 when I was finally like, all right, we got to take off some of these layers. So to be 20 something, I wish I was in my 20s right now. I would be on Instagram in my drawers lighting sage. Absolutely. And first of all, her body is amazing regardless. The fact that her Josh
will risk it all.
I'd risk it all.
Yes.
I would for sure risk it all for Chloe.
She gorgeous.
Josh would be like, I could take a picture of your music show for free. I would like to take a picture. I would send it to you on
Pro bono.
For free. For the pro bono. All of them.
I've seen a lot of older women like, y'all lucky. That when I was 20, because now that I would do that, I ain't got the body for it.
Listen, you wouldn't have seen my drawers. Where's Angel's drawers at? Because my booty ate them up. In the middle of me trying to prance around and light this incense. Does Angel have old drawers? I did. I don't know where they are. There's somewhere in me. But I had on cute little drawers at one point in time.
I see this girl said, I would do the silhouette challenge. Ain't no silhouette. That's just a Coke bottle and not the bottle. 2 liter. I'm going to stand in there. Y'all going to be like, where the curve? Ain't none.
Listen, the silhouette challenge. First of all, my titties would be doing 2 different things. Left one, bang head bouncing. The other one is over here watching me whip and nay. Y'all be like, wait a second. I am dizzy. Okay?
Y'all stay together for what?
Just hold it. Take
One
this
of them's
down.
here, the other one's over. Just
Exactly. It's doing, and the other one's over here just bouncing around. What?
one just shimmy the shoulders, just
All this stuff. She over here doing Haley. I mean, Chloe was doing athleticism in her silhouette challenge.
Yeah. She's an athlete.
Bending over, coming up. I would be dizzy. Just so I would be dizzy. So please believe. They'll be like, is that the silhouette of a waist trainer? What does Angel have on? Y'all see me zipping it up.
Angel's hitting the inhaler in between. Just
lay your hand on my shoulder. Mark is zipping me up. Turn the light on. I can't see.
come on, get out, get out, not
you
this
already
video.
know. I'm telling you right now. People just need to be thankful.
Marcus, Marcus set me up.
I only got 15 seconds. It's gonna come down. Nah, yeah, ain't no way.
Oh my God.
Ain't no way. So listen, y'all better be glad my body ain't set up the way I want it to be during this challenge. But let this thing wrap back around during the summer when I'm right. Let this thing wrap around. I'm a beater with Haley.
As a man, one of the best things I learned early.
Oh man.
Not even early. When I moved to LA, Melissa kind of had gotten in more into makeup. And I used to be one of those, you don't need makeup. You're beautiful. It's a cake-up, right? And Melissa was like, you think I wear makeup for you? This ain't got nothing to do with you. And I literally drove to work to all day. I didn't go on Periscope that day. I was like, it had nothing to do with me. This whole time had nothing to do with you. Hush.
This whole time
it wasn't for men's attention? No.
Absolutely not.
How arrogant of you. I was like, I should mind my business.
I should mind my business.
And I'm like, listen, man, like, I'm more on the like, and luckily, I'm not a pastor. I don't have no flock or none of that stuff. But I let people live. I don't personally care. I'm concerned with one silhouette.
Okay.
That's it.
Right.
I just learned on Twitter, I don't police women's bodies. That you got agency, you got, you know.
Do whatever you want.
It's your life. I'm not finna say. You know what I'm saying? And just hushing keeps you out of a lie. That's why my doggone silhouette challenge video where I secretly promoted keep your distance worked so well. Because people was like, whoa, he finna police. He finna police. I'm gonna light you up. I'm like, you think I'm gonna walk into that trap now at my big age?
Absolutely not. I ain't got no dog in this fight. I ain't even got a daughter.
I don't have a daughter. I literally only am trying to think of new ways to promote the comedy show.
That's it.
It literally was like, perfect, you know? And even when I knew I was joking, I was like, now let me word this carefully, even with the 20 seconds.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But that first 15, he was saying this and that. But listen, mind your business ministries. Listen, I think, we were talking about this before the other day, how much like we've grown.
Yeah.
Like 37-year-old Kev is like I wouldn't even recognize myself 10 years ago.
Yeah.
When I was super saved, everything is sin, everything is wrong. You know, I had the best thing that happened to me in my entire life is teaching being a youth pastor. Because that's when I was like, I don't really want to regurgitate everything I was taught.
Yeah.
I really want to teach stuff I believe. And that was my one caveat to the pastor that asked me, like, I want to be able to teach what I think. I don't want to just re-say what I was taught. Because I know what these kids going through. Like, I'm not their age, but I ain't that young. I remember the stuff I was questioning, and all we were told was hush.
Yeah.
I remember there's some of us only apostolic people going to heaven. Only.
Oh, wow.
I was like, that just, I don't believe that. I remember I was like, because I had Kojic friends and Baptists and Methodists and all that stuff. And I said, God can't just have said this piece. Like, and then I was doing research on Azusa, and I found out PAW, which is Pentecostal Assemblies of the World, is just a denomination within the larger apostolic church, which is also a denomination. I'm like, this sliver of that sliver can't be the only people getting in.
Listen.
And what about them people in China? I don't know if I've said this before, but listen, shoot. I'm going to say it again. I remember asking during Vacation Bible School, which is when you had church during the summer, lest you forget. Y'all ain't in school now. We got time for more church.
Oh, yeah. You going to do some crafts.
Yeah.
I
done made so many doggone angels.
Yeah, you going to do these crafts. Get these snacks.
And teach you stuff you already swords up when you got to find the Bible scripture fast. Listen. But I remember being like, what about people in China? I said, they wake up and are taught the same thing I'm taught, but it's for whatever their religion. I didn't know what religion people in China were at the time. And, you know, they used to say, well, everybody will hear Jesus' name once before heaven. And I was like, okay, but what about when babies die?
Right.
How can they hear? Well, you know, God's going to go in and count them in. Like, every time I say something, y'all got a different answer.
Yeah,
well, you know, that's why we got to preach the gospel to people in China. And I said, well, you know what I'm saying? If I'm taught to believe this, which I do, I'm not even saying I don't, but they're taught to believe that. And what if they're taught that everybody's going to hear about Buddhism before they die? And he's trying to convert me. And I'm like, oh, no, only Jesus. And he's like, nah, only Buddha. Who's wrong? You know, if you just want to go to hell, say that. Okay, well, y'all just don't want to. Y'all ain't got the answers.
You don't have the answer?
I was like, ain't nobody going to give me, like, no one had ever had those good answers for me. And I used to question that stuff a lot. And I also had dumb questions. I remember sex ed one time, and I didn't think it was a dumb question, but everybody laughed. I was like, if you're having sex, can you pee in a girl? And everybody thought that was the funniest thing. And I was like, why is that funny?
Why is that funny?
If you had to pee and then you put your penis inside of her and let go, what would happen?
And let go?
And the teacher was like, it won't go. I'm like, it won't go. Once I'm peeing a little bit, then I go in and I just take hold it. Pee coming out.
Pee
like,
is
nah.
happening.
And then I was like, pee gonna go, they're gonna pull pee back and then semen gonna come where they holding the pee at. I mean, I was already in there. Like, is pee in a different? Is it left ball pee and right ball?
Where's the pee coming?
Where y'all pulling from pee when the semen is now? Semen's turn. It's gonna be mixed up. It's gonna be Arnold Palmer. What's going on?
Arnold Palmer, you hit him with the half and half?
Ain't nobody had no answers for me, Josh.
Ain't no shot the piece like, oh, this isn't for us.
No,
It's not our turn.
it's not our turn. I think the church has done a horrible job when it comes to sex ed, especially with the church wanting to have so much say in sex ed. I'm like, okay, if y'all want to have a say, y'all got to be knowledgeable. Y'all, and I feel like there was a lot of like not speaking the honest to God truth about like, what is it like to actually start to have sexual desires? Like, what is that?
Yeah.
You telling me to go pray and say, Jesus, Jesus, Jesus.
Yeah.
I say that during sex anyway. So how is that stopping me?
Lakita Moore, Ainsley, the
How is that
actress,
stopping
comedian,
me?
and professional. You
Let me
are
tell you
out of
what.
this world hilarious.
But it's the truth.
During sex, that's when I know God is real. Only a God that can create the heavens and the earth can make me feel this good. You mean he meant this hole for this?
Oh, wow.
He knows my name. I know his name too.
Yeah.
We all gonna just be saying each other's names, calling on the Lord.
I said, Jesus, you created this? That a wop?
That's where Jesus Lord came from.
Yeah. Every knee will bow. Oh, yeah.
Oh.
And every tongue gonna confess.
Well,
like,
all
what
right.
is y'all talking about?
Because if you talking about what I'm talking about, we should talk a little bit more about it. Okay? But it's just so much of like, I think they feel like if you don't know, you don't run into it.
When has that ever worked?
And it's just like, no, I found out and you didn't prepare me and now I'm out here.
Yeah, y'all had me out here naked, literally. Like, y'all came out, everything is bad and wrong.
Just like, it doesn't seem like it.
And then what ends up happening, and it's worse for women. Worse.
Oh, that just like Bridgerton. Did you get to watch that?
I ain't watch it yet.
Oh, my goodness.
Which, by the way, really quick aside before you get there, ABC let Shonda Rhimes go over Disney Pass for $154. And Bridgerton is the number one Netflix show in the history of all Netflix.
It's amazing.
Yeah, okay.
But I'm not going to tell you the whole thing.
I know there's a lot of sex in it because this girl that I follow has been making recaps, and it'd be like, dang, that's all.
It's like when you get to episode 5, there's a lot of sex. It's not. It's like all of a sudden, it's not through the whole series, but like halfway through, then it's just like, oh, okay, sex.
Yeah.
But that is still during the time. It wasn't the age of information like we're in now. So you literally only knew what someone else told you.
Yeah.
So you have this main character that had not been told anything about sex before she had sex with her husband. I'm talking about.
No, she had no thoughts at all?
She did not know at all.
So she's just free to worship?
Freedom.
AKA Fred Hammond?
But she didn't know what you like to know that your body will eventually make a baby maybe with your husband, but you don't know how that's happened. Like literally going in with the knowledge of a 5-year-old of sex, pretty much. I was like, oh my God. Like, because we grew up in an age and time where we could either get a hold of books. Eventually the internet came along. Yep. There's a bunch of stuff that if our parents didn't tell us, we could kind of know.
Yep, Cinemax. They taught me a lot.
Unlike the time during Bridgerton, I think the church is forgetting that we have access to information if they don't give it to us accurately. Yeah. So then you have the opportunity to potentially either learn very well and in an unperverted way, or to learn it in a completely perverted fashion because of how you got your information. And I wish that the church was brave and bold enough to be able to teach from a standpoint of, I know you can get this information anywhere else. I'd rather be the ones to tell you this information so that you're not getting it with a perverted, like.
That's kind of how we taught our boys. And I think I don't blame the church in this sense. What happens is our parents in my life, and likely yours, our parents in the church was like one voice. You know what I mean? So if my mom didn't speak on it and the church did, then I was like, well, I guess we live in, listen to what people say. And when I was a kid, I didn't realize that not only is the Bible written by man, and that person had a reason, he was writing a letter to, like, I didn't even understand context. One of the best things a pastor was teaching me when he was teaching me how to preach was like, you can't just read the scripture. You got to read who was writing it. Who were they writing it to? What were the cultural customs at that time? It's like if I write Angel a text, if somebody reads that out of context 50 years from now, they're going to be like, oh, you could take that a whole different way. Right. And that happens a lot in the church. And then you take on top of that, you have whoever's your pastor. And because we didn't go to I went to one church for the first 10 years of my life. Then we start bouncing around. We didn't go from church to church. So that foundational pastor, his thoughts on life impacted the whole congregation. Like, the reason we couldn't go see movies, it was taught we were sin. I think I've said this before, but I don't care. I'm going to just say stuff again. I'm old. Movies is sin. The movie theater is sin. I'm sorry. Why? It's just sin. And I was like, okay, but we can watch movies at home. Yeah, that's fine. Sister Act 2, Lion King. Like, we can't even see The Lion King. Sin. So I remember when I was like 18, 20, my grandma was like, oh, yeah, that's because his son was having sex in movie theater. I was like,
you said, why am I getting punished for his horny son?
That has nothing to do with me.
I just want to watch you eat popcorn.
I just want, what?
Yeah.
And, agency over women's bodies and patriarchy and all that stuff, it just becomes the way you think. Now you got your pastor's voice in the bedroom saying that's wrong. You ain't supposed to feel that. I remember coming up, and my pastor didn't say this, but pastors from out of town came and said, literally, I'm not even making this for a joke. Christians should only be doing missionary. That doggy style is bestiality.
That he spoke for the devil.
I said doggy style is bestiality. I thought having sex, no. If you're going to sit up there and hump like a dog, then you're thinking about your wife like a dog.
Well, walk me, bow wow, nigga.
Oh my.
Okay.
I'm out. I can't.
What are you gonna do about
I can't. I'm not. I'm not
Get
doing
the
it.
camera off of her.
Call me a labradoodle. Okay. Come on. What we talking about? Lady and the Tramp? I'll be both. What are we doing? Because he is not speaking the truth over here.
You said walk me. I'm sick.
Listen.
Walk me. Bow wow.
Okay?
The roof.
Roof. Oh, nothing but the dog in me. Come on.
Literally the first thing I thought of.
Hey.
Bow.
Come
Nothing
on.
but that dog in me.
Hey.
I said, man, y'all, there's so many different things. And here's my problem. Doggone Song of Solomon, he was basically with Meg Thee Stallion. Yes. When I figured out the garden he was talking about wasn't no doggone fruits and berries, he said, I'm finna eat up in your garden. I said, hold up. Do you mean pick? No. Your personal garden.
Feed.
Oh.
I said, what was Solomon talking about?
Listen,
Solomon said, man, this whole chapter, this whole thing about but, you hear me? We finna be doing some things.
Okay.
I remember another missionary in church said that if God, oral sex is sin. If God wanted me to put that in my mouth, he wouldn't have gave me teeth. But you eat corn dogs and you got teeth. You eat bananas, you got teeth. And you ain't supposed to be using your teeth on that. It's like, What lie? You don't use your teeth.
Wait a minute. That's what
a woman, missionary said if he wanted me to put that in my mouth, he wouldn't have gave me teeth.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus.
You eat a lot of food without teeth. You eat soup without teeth, ice cream.
What, do you never drink out of a straw?
Drink out of a straw? What are you talking about? You think you're supposed to bite it?
So, it's amazing. And listen, and I agree. I have to realize that I have a different perspective on life because of the life that I was able to live. Yeah. The opportunities that I was given, the different people I was able to grow up with. And some people, especially those that were governed over us in the church, in our lives and our families, only experienced a slither of what I've experienced. So their whole frame of reference is extremely skewed. Like you said, the dude's upset because his son is having sex in the theater. But once you start to step out of that small context, you realize how crazy they sound. Yes. And it's unfortunate that they don't get to hear it. And it's just like,
you're so right, Angel.
You live in this life and you have no idea how crazy this sounds.
You watch Mandalorian?
I tried.
You can get into it?
Marcus and the kids watched it. I was just like, I can't do it.
I'm not going to spoil it for anybody who watches it, but a interesting thing happened in The Mandalorian. I'll tell you without spoiling. Basically, The Mandalorian, this is him, okay? Mm-hmm. He we Mandalorians, we don't take our helmet off. Mm-hmm. If you take your doggone helmet off, you ain't real, okay? Whole first season, I'm not taking it off, never. I'll die literally for it, okay? I'm like, man, this dude's serious. And because I didn't know nothing about Mandalorians except, literally nothing. Mm-hmm. I'm like, okay, that's how it works. So in the second season, he started meeting other Mandalorians, and they actually, well, not this one, but just follow me. Mm-hmm. He meets another Mandalorian, and she takes her helmet off. He's like, well, girls, you crazy? He's like, we don't take our man off. You ain't real if you take your helmet off. She was like, well, I'm real. Oh, you from that sect of Mandalorianism where y'all be super strict. Uh-huh. No, we take our helmet off and we still keep the code and all that stuff. This other dude's a Mandalorian. His dad gave him the armor. So in the second season, he started learning okay, so it was just only Mandalorians was on that, don't take the helmet off. And that's kind of how it was in the sliver of the sliver, the PAW of Apostolic Church, but even in El Paso, because then on top of that sliver, it's your pastor. Yeah. If you have a sex positive pastor, I remember one of my homegirls, I feel like it might have been, I don't know who it is, and I don't want to get it wrong. She was like, my mom would say one thing from the pulpit, but when I went away to college, she gave me a vibrator. She was like, listen, you're going to need this. If you want to stay not pregnant, you're going to need a little something. But she was like, why don't you tell the people this? She was like, I can't tell these saints this. And that's my one thing about the church that and the more I be knowing gospel artists and pastors, and I get it. I get it. Mm-hmm. But the personal belief system isn't what they say across the pulpit because people cannot take that.
Right.
So they're like, I can't tell people that. But the really way I cope, I got that vibrator.
Right. Yeah.
I got that. I'd be masturbating. Me and my wife have phone sex. All this stuff that I've heard, in conversation. But they were like, I can't get on the pulpit and say that.
People's heads will explode.
Literally.
Even if they're doing the exact same thing, they just can't. The thought of you being human and doing what they're doing is just too much.
It's so much. And like, I remember my first stand-up was about church in the church parking lot. Remember our pastor and my grandma and them be like, do Sister Daniel shout. Because she had fell over remember Dudes Remembrance of Me off the table? We had a little bench on the front of it and she was shouting. She had her eyes closed. She flipped up over. There was bloomers everywhere.
Wouldn't have been no good. Kick me out the church.
We died after service.
Oh, I would have died doing
my grandma's favorite. Me and my brother was cracking up. My grandma then was stoic, but it was like, you can do that outside, but you can laugh in anyway, I say all that to say, and I don't fault these people either, because I think because we were poor and black, we didn't have access to therapy or financial advisors. So your pastor becomes your de facto be all, see all, say all, be all for everything in life. Their personal opinion becomes like the law, and heaven forbid you question the man of God.
The man of God.
Heaven forbid you understand a scripture differently.
Ooh,
and I remember what really helped me is having kids.
Yeah.
When I had Zay, I was like, well, Melissa had Zay, but we had him together. I was there. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna love this kid, and this is great. Zay, super chill baby, super chill everything. Then I had Joe. We had Joe, and I was like, literally, and I know this sounds dumb, I thought, oh, this kid will be just like my other kid. And that kid came out. I remember he changed my idea on bad children. Joe was not bad, but he was stubborn as a doggone ox. He literally would turn off. He would just be like, when he didn't want to do nothing. He would literally stand there like this. There's video of it. So raising him, and I'm like, man, this kid don't do nothing like Isaiah. And it's not all Isaiah's bad and good. Like, they literally, Isaiah was not picky, Joe was picky. Isaiah was hard to put to sleep, Joe was easy to put to sleep. Isaiah cannot wake himself up for school. Josiah sets an alarm at 10 o'clock at night to remind himself to go to bed, and he's up at 6.
Wow.
Reading the paper, having some coffee, getting ready for the day. Isaiah has to set an alarm at 7:30, 7:45, and 7:59 to be up at 8 or 10. So I said, man, I only got 2 kids, and I can't raise these 2 the same. Right. I can't punish them. I cannot praise them the same.
Right.
You make a joke to Isaiah, he thinks it's funny. You make a joke to Joe when he was little, everyone hates me and no one loves me and my life is over.
Oh.
Joe is super competitive, cry if they lose. Isaiah was playing soccer. It's too hot. I'm standing in the corner because I don't care.
Don't care
I'm
about this.
hot. I don't like soccer. I don't care. So I was like, if I can't raise these 2 kids the same, how can God, who has billions of children, expect them all to do things the same?
Right.
It's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
No, that's a great analogy. You're so right. I mean, heck, I got twins. They came out of me the same day, completely different creatures.
They could have might as well came out 2 different times, 2 different years.
2 different years. Amar is bad. I won't say he's not bad. He is bad. And so he definitely is a
Amar be looking at you, Angel. You'd be like, get down. He'd be like, you get down.
Right. He's like, you're 40. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? You're tired. I see it in your eyes. I see it. You don't have the energy to raise me. So I'm gonna raise myself.
Is that what he communicates to you?
That's what I feel like he communicates. He's like, I see you're weary. I see it. So I'm going to do whatever the heck I want to. All you're going to do is sit there and say my name over and over again. And I know how to ignore you. You know how I know? Because you know how to ignore me.
You guys just have like an understanding now?
He has the understanding that he knows what gets on my nerves to get him his way.
You've been trying to wean him for months.
He doesn't care. He doesn't
What happened? You like, I'm trying to wean Amar. That was last year. It's February now.
I don't know what I'm going to do.
Even potty training.
Oh, yeah, completely different.
We potty trained Isaiah over a weekend. We're like, hey, buddy, we're going to potty train you. We're going to teach you how to go potty. He was like, okay. When you got to go pee, pull your pants down, pee. When you feel got to go poop. And he was like, okay. pooped. Literally from Friday to Monday morning. Never peed in the bed. Josiah, he was like, I'm going to doo-doo in this diaper until I get sick of it. You're going to wipe it.
You're going to clean it up.
And
you are.
I'm going to piss when I want to piss. And I literally were like, oh, this is the time we potty train Isaiah. Let's potty train Joe. We went and talked to our his pediatrician. We were like, what are we doing wrong? And she was like, oh, he's just not ready yet. When he's ready, he'll let you know. We're like, what, girl, we black.
What are you talking about?
We going to let him know.
Right.
So literally we were like, all right, man, just forget it.
Yeah.
3 months later, he was like, I go potty. And then that weekend, he was like, and now I piss when I want to. And I'll do it because I decided.
Because I said so, not you.
This man will, he is so principled and rigid. And that's why his sarcasm is so strong. And like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'd be like, oh my God. You just gonna do whatever you want. He was tough.
You're like, oh gosh.
You just got a mind of your own, huh?
And
when you're trying to develop well-rounded adult, because I don't want to punk my kids and all that stuff, because then they get in adulthood and their bosses punk them because they never were allowed to use their own voice. So now if you're a position of authority, even if you're wrong, you're like, well, they're in position. But now if you've been like, I allow my children to challenge me in a fair way. And if I'm wrong, I apologize. So now ain't nobody gonna punk you. They be like, oh, all right, my dad don't talk to me like that. So you definitely ain't finna talk to me crazy. And if I question them, I'm definitely gonna question you. What's up? You know what I'm saying? You finna punk my baby.
Look at you, all progressive. I'm not that progressive, but that's great.
Listen,
that's great.
But that came along with raising these kids.
Yeah.
Like I went into it like, I'm going to raise you how I was raised. And then I was like, well, the world has changed and I've changed. And there's a lot of stuff my mom probably wouldn't do if she had to raise me over again, knowing what she knows now.
Yeah.
And I know, and I'm going to tell you, and I know we've been talking, whatever, you like this podcast or you don't.
Hilarious.
Tell the truth.
When I saw my grandma, the way she treats my kids, I said, you had love in you.
Man.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Where was this? When I was a kid, you smiling? Letting them stay up late, letting them say shut up to each other. They can say lie. Melissa family, you got to say story. You don't use the word lie.
Yeah.
I said, what happened to this love? My girl was like, I don't feel like doing that over again.
It's too much.
I did it twice. I did it with my kids and y'all. I had to raise 2 sets together. I'm not finna do it for a third.
I'm not going to do it. Let me enjoy these kids.
I'm enjoying them. And I was like, so hold on. Why are you? She was like, I had to work.
Right.
Black parents, poor parents. David So said this and it made the most sense to me. He said, poor parents didn't have time to raise you. They had to work.
Yes.
So all we have is fear because I'm not going to be at home.
That's the most accurate thing.
Yeah.
Bruh. It made so much sense. If you open that door, I'm going to beat you within an inch of your life.
Yeah.
Not because I need to train you about strangers and all that. I don't have time for all that. If I'm
time.
gone and you open that door and somebody hurts you, I can't protect you.
Exactly.
So I'm going to call and don't you touch that door. I'm going to call and don't you answer the phone. And when I talk to you at home, why you didn't answer when I called?
Because you said not to.
I don't know.
I told you I was going to call. I was going to hang up and call right back. I was going to let it ring 3 times. And then I was going to call back. So you should have known it was me unless you were outside talking to somebody.
What can y'all possibly do at this house next to the door by the phone?
Right.
So now I give my parents more grace because I realized they only had time to whoop us.
Yeah.
Because they had to go to work.
Yeah. It was like, you need to get the lesson right now.
Right now. I don't have time to tell you not to touch the stove because this is hot. And if you turn that stove on and burn the house down, you're going to be dead.
And then we're not going to have a house.
And we ain't going to have no house. So don't do it because I said so.
Yeah.
And I doggone said so was everything.
Oh, yeah. Now, I still do that one. It's too many kids to keep explaining the reason behind stuff. I actually am cool with how my mother raised me. I don't know if everybody, I was the youngest, so I got it. It's like, I wasn't bad like Amar, but I definitely got the tireder version of my mother. The one that was just like, all right, have it your way. Have it your way. So for me, I was raised with a lighter hand, so I am lighter on my kids than what possibly my sisters might have been with their kids. And I recognize the privilege that I have as a parent. So my kids do get away with way more things and I'm always like, you all don't know how good you have it.
Listen, because we only raised with the frame of how bad we had it.
Yes.
But the whole point is to make life easier for your kids.
Absolutely.
And we're like, y'all need to struggle. Why though? Why?
Yeah, no.
What if you didn't have to?
What if you could just live a
Right.
And honestly, when I went to college, I was like, when I was like, oh, my parents set me up. These poor, not poor, like poor in the sense of like your life sucks.
Yeah.
But these white kids, these kids couldn't wash their clothes. They didn't know how to iron. They couldn't cook. I said, man, y'all, what have y'all been doing?
What have you been doing all your life?
Their parents cooked, cleaned, did their laundry. My mom was like, I remember one day randomly, I was in 5th grade. She was like, I ain't finna be washing your clothes. Come. Whites, hot only, bleach, this cup, boom.
Listen.
Then little light color, cold water, boom. Then darks, fold them, put them away. That was it.
Yeah.
That was whatever you are in 5th grade. That was my last day of doing my laundry. So I didn't even think these kids, my roommate, had never even used a washing machine.
Oh no.
Didn't know where to put the detergent.
Oh no.
I'm like, man, what was you doing? I said, iron. He used to have. I mean, I'm like, yo, why don't you iron? He was like, why do you iron? Like, you look like you got roughed up.
He's like, that's fine.
Never used an iron, don't know how to. So many of the kids in my freshman class flunked out because they were never used to having to wake themselves up and turn their work in without somebody telling them. I'm talking about kids getting 4.0s. I'm like, y'all never had to wake yourself up for school? No, my mom gone. They gone.
You're right. Gone.
Yeah, set that old black alarm that I made fun of a while ago, which was my alarm. No phone alarm.
Yeah.
Set that alarm on the alarm clock. Wake up, get yourself breakfast, get yourself dressed, and go to school and be back home by this time. You got your own key. I never had their own key ever.
That is crazy. Let me tell you, that's how I know I was healed from asthma, because I was about to miss my bus. You hear me? It's about to miss my bus. My mama already at work. I can't go back home and say I missed the bus. I will jog to school before that happens. You talk about missing it at your stop, but you know it got to go to another stop, and you got to run through people's yards to get to it.
Been there.
That's when I knew the Lord had healed me from my asthma, because I was just like, what I'm not gonna do. I know I'm supposed to be this little adult now in middle school and get myself to school. I remember me and my sister used to ride the city bus to get from school to our mother's job when I was in elementary school.
Listen.
I can't imagine doing that to my babies.
Oh, my kids will be like,
Kids are never going on the bus today. Ain't no kid is going on the bus by himself today.
Amar would, but the rest of them, they would be
Mar
like,
would be go to Memphis.
Amar would be, tell the bus driver, move, bye. You know, they're driving himself. But them older three, oh no, they'll be like, nope, we ain't going nowhere. So I do know my kids are being raised with privilege. And even my mother, when she is with the kids, she's like, there's so much stuff I let them get away with that I would have never let you all. She said, but sometimes I'm just amazed by the audacity of them to even question me, that I really want to know, where is this going? So I just said this thing, and you are asking me, why is this thing the actual thing? And you're expecting an answer.
Yes.
Not out of disrespect, but out of pure sheer, well, what does that mean? Why are you saying that?
Because when you are raising a child, the Bible says, watch this. This was revealed to me. Watch this.
Take your time, kid.
The Bible says, train up a child in the way he should go. When you're training, even Floyd Mayweather, arguably the best boxer, Muhammad Ali, they are always training, Not just for the fight. They are staying in shape. When you are training, you don't just tell somebody something once. You remind them, you guide them, you walk with them, through them. So when you are training up a child, you are always there. Always reminding. I don't know how many times I've told my children, when you finish the cereal, all you got to do is this. Roll it up. Okay? You go and put something in the trash. If you can't close it, why would you just stuff it and walk away? I tell my kids all the time, you live here.
Yeah.
You live here.
Right.
If there ain't no paper towel there, you live here.
Put it on
They go, oh, there ain't nothing. You live here. You know where the paper towels are.
Come on.
We don't ever. This is me and Melissa's favorite thing. We don't ask for much. We don't. Oh, we really ask.
You guys really don't either.
We really
It's
don't.
not that you're just saying that.
We seriously don't. Good grades, keep the house clean. And for the most of the part, as long as you do those things, the world is yours.
Man.
Within reason. And it works. Like our kids, they're not spoiled. Melissa put into all that, but the amount of time. So now I remember, I'll tell you, I felt so good as a father. I put something in the trash on purpose. I'm working in here. I said, one of my boys going to come down here, put it in. Zay is the worst when it comes to the trash. You know, you put like a little grocery bag of trash next to the trash. And your mind said, when I take the trash, I'm going to take that out. Take the trash out, Isaiah. I will take this out. Other trash, he has not requested this of me. I will do the bare minimum at all possible.
I know
so
that.
I'm sitting there working on my iPad. He comes, puts something in the trash, takes a step away. He comes back, and I heard my voice in his head say, "You live here." He said, "Let me go ahead."
Let me just.
Then he looked down, saw something else. Let me take this out. Let me come back. Put the bag in. I said, well, God, dog, it only took 14 years.
You said I won.
When I trained them to stop, say, huh, and say, can you repeat that? Or I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. Because I remember them catching, because huh was death for us.
Oh
man.
yeah. Huh? What? And we couldn't say what? Huh? Right.
So now when they were first learning, I said, Isaiah, he said, would you repeat that? I didn't hear.
No, Sai just refuses to learn that lesson. But no, we expect a yes, ma'am, or a yes, sir. And Sai will be like, huh? I'll be like, I am going to knock that dimple off the side of your face. I am. I'm going to knock it off.
I am.
Yes. I'm like, yeah, I know you know. You are way too smart to not understand what I'm saying. And I'll be like, yes, ma'am. He's like, huh? I'm like, yes, ma'am. Huh? Come here.
Who are you calling, ma'am?
Right. I'm like, I can't do this.
Oh my God.
But yeah, I mean, I'm thankful that my boys are being raised by me, the angel that has gotten the opportunities that she has. Because Angel is a rule follower. If they were to have gotten the angel that stayed in Kentucky, they would hate me.
Oh man, I'm so glad as I grow, I allow my children that growth and grace.
Yeah.
And not just repeat what was taught to me, because they live in a different world.
Yes, they do. They really do.
They live in a different world, and they're going to need different skills. And they're so much better at some stuff, worse at others. Like, we had no babysitter, again, out of sheer, like, who going to do it?
Yeah.
Who? If I had money for a babysitter, I wouldn't have other kids as my babysitter. So we play outside because, that's how we did. We was gone to the ends of the earth.
Right.
As far as that bike will go in a given day.
Absolutely.
My kids didn't even learn how to ride a bike until, I don't know, 2 or 3 summers ago.
Oh, no.
Because I went to go teach them, and I was just like, I don't want to. Y'all not finna be riding, but we rode bikes because that's what kids did.
Yeah, it was an adventure and it was fun.
And that's how we got around.
But now they have adventures in front of their, like, the stuff that is created on these screens. It's hard to kind of beat that with ride around the neighborhood and see another house that looks like the house beside the house that's beside the house. It's not as interesting as you are seeing a whole new world right here in front of you while you sit in your bed. It's hard to compete against
They've
that.
never had the pain of having your bike stolen.
Oh,
No. Yeah.
just break my
Just
heart.
going outside and be like, it was there.
I never had my bike stolen.
My bike got stolen from my front yard. I've never felt more disrespected in my life as
My bike was
third grader.
I locked that thing up, wheel to wheel.
They caught me slipping.
I remember one time when we moved from El Paso to Virginia, I lost my first bike. My dad said, be home by this time, the moving trunk will be gone. I'm there. Came home at 12:03. The truck was there but closed. My dad was like, what'd I tell you? Please, my bike. No. I need it.
Stop it.
Prove a point. A man of his word. Moving truck gone. Bike laid it in the yard. It died right there.
How far were you moving?
From El Paso to Virginia.
I would have rode that bike.
I'm coming.
Luckily, I came across another one in Virginia. I don't remember how.
You stole somebody else's bike.
No, I didn't.
You stole my
I
bike.
came across a bike. I don't know how. That is called
That's
thievery.
called stealing a bike.
Yeah. I came across somebody, a car. I don't know how. If somebody said that, you'd be like, well, that means you stole someone's.
The Lord blessed me. Oh, this is a great app.
It was great. I had a great
I
time.
think
Thanks
so.
for having me, guys.
I had a good time.
Me too.
Quick reminder, keep your distance. I meant to say this in the beginning, but I forgot. Dang it.
You want to...
Keep your distance this Friday. Throw it in
Yeah,
early,
because they
Josh.
throw it in earlier.
Keep your distance.
Yes.
Continue, Josh.
Whoa,
Melissa, could you make more noise? Will Smith show
Yeah.
this Sunday.
Oh, look at you.
Me and Will.
Your guy.
My guy.
I saw that. I said, "Oh, this is game over."
You've looked at me in my eyes this whole time, but I allowed it. Josh has too. I was very clear.
Wow.
I don't want people looking in my eyes.
Yeah, I can't wait. I hope all the Patreon is about to watch the Love Hour because when they see the way Missy is dressed right now.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I didn't see her.
Yeah, that's why I looked and then I looked away immediately because I got scared.
Flexing is an understatement.
Big fan of Missy.
Missy is out here slitting people's throat. It's like a reimagining of Michelle Obama's inaugural look. If Michelle was like younger, hip. I see it. This is ridiculous. Where is you shopping?
You know what, Gigi got.
Okay.
You see?
Come on, let the people see.
Wait
I'm gonna stand right here.
Come on. With the earrings.
Okay.
With the arms out.
Come on, sit right here, baby.
So
Looking
they can
as
see.
good as you want to look. You look good. You look good when you
Hello,
back that
Francis.
thing up.
Okay,
Embarrassing for me.
Well, you smell good too.
Shoot.
Finna get some bestiality.
I was about to say. You about to
Walk
put a
me like a
leg
dog. Bow wow, Labrador Doodle.
Okay.
Anyway, my show with Will airs on his channel on Sundays. Can't believe I'm still saying that. 1 million views within like an hour or two or something like that. If I was on True TV, I wouldn't get that much that quickly. But anyway, keep your distance. Patreon, shout out to y'all. Love y'all. They're watching live as always.
Yep.
New episode of the Challenge Show on Sunday. Oh, Angel.
this was on. You can go back and watch it. It's on the YouTube.
There's a clip somebody.
I think I almost got 100,000
Angel
views.
said, and Tony was like, and Pat was like, and I was like, and the person said every reaction is valid. You didn't sound as bad as you made it seem.
Oh, I
rewatched it and I was like,
it's
not as bad as you did.
No, I was all over the keys.
You was
I
all
like,
Alicia Keys.
yes.
You was a janitor. Let me get in.
I was like, Keita, which one we got? Is it that one?
Nope.
But anyway, we got a couple more episodes of that. We're
Yep.
about to go into heavy production for all the other stuff for the app. So
Don't forget, you can submit questions for Ask on Angel at askonangel@gmail.com. Or you can click the link on my bio in Gmail, not Gmail, what's that? Instagram.
Instagram.
Yeah.
See y'all next week. Peace.
Click on the link. Here's the thing.
Here's another banger for you. Here's another one. Yeah. Here's another banger for you. Here's another one. Yeah. Here's another banger for you. Here's another banger for you. With my boy Kev on stage. And that chick Angel.